And welcome back to Albany Municipal Coliseum in Albany, Georgia for tonight's contest. Tuskegee, Alabama State. Enough said. This is the 34th meeting between these two teams. Albany State leads the series 17-15-1. The first game between these two teams was in 1970 and resulted in a 16-7 win for the Tigers. The 1992 game ended in a tied score at 14-14. Of note, these teams did not play in the 98 and 99 season. And of course, as we previously mentioned, the last meeting between these schools last season, in which the Rams came back from a 24-17 deficit at one point to win 33-29 on a Hail Mary pass. 2 seconds left, 52-yard Hail Mary pass. 2 seconds added. And so it goes in the folklore and the history books of Tuskegee University. We're dealing with two of the top offenses in the league, scoring offenses, definitely. Tuskegee averaging 28 points a game, Albany State averaging 25. Tuskegee will kick to Albany State to start this contest. Back to receive for Albany State, Brandon Green and Marcus Jefferson. And this is a beautiful night for black college football. Both bands are in the house. We're expecting a crowd of nearly 10,000, which will be capacity. The lights are on. Most of the grills have been put away, as most of those fans are here in this stadium, and we are preparing ourselves for the official kickoff of this game that I know everybody in the SIAC is scoreboard watching.
It's one of those type games that if you get up and go to the concessions, you may miss something. So you have to sit back and watch it and let the good times roll. It should be a very exciting game for both universities, as this is a much anticipated game since last September.
And preparing to kick off for Tuskegee, Roosevelt Echeverry. And the kick is up. And back to receive is Jefferson. He'll receive it on the 5. Out to the 15, to the 20. Breaking out along the left sideline. Out to the 35, to the 40. Driven out of bounds, and it looks like they'll spot it at about the 40-41 yard line. So a great opening return for Albany State on offense. And out comes Hosea Harris, 6'1", 205-pound senior. Harris from Chesapeake, Virginia, who you got to imagine the last 2 seasons sitting behind all SIAC quarterback Yul Joyner. Definitely should have learned a lot. And so as we wait on the officials to signal the start of the contest,
well, as we see, the bands are already getting fired up. This is going to be one of those games where you can imagine that we will see that tradition of black college bands battling. I'm expecting that probably within 5 minutes of the first quarter we'll be getting that announcement that either the teams will be penalized if the bands don't stop playing.
That courtesy warning by the officials.
Already started. Haven't even had the first official play from scrimmage yet, and the courtesy warning is in effect. James, as you prepare and as you watch this game, give us some of your keys for Albany State on offense to have any success against Tuskegee's defense.
Well, in order for Albany State to have some success on Tuskegee, they're going to definitely have to throw the ball. We've fared very well against the run, but that remains to see. There's some pretty big guys out there for Albany State, so we look forward to seeing what they have up line. But got a lot of games, 60 minutes, or as a matter of fact, 59 minutes and 52 seconds. So it's a lot of play time.
All righty, quarterback Hosea Harris under center in the eye. In motion, Joshua Johnson. Harris, inside handoff. It's a pitch. He's got a man wide open, going deep. And flea flicker, and just through the hands of wide receiver Craig Barber. And that was one of those plays that only works in the opening play. Tuskegee bit, and Barber let the ball slip through his hands. That was a good throw. That was a very good throw.
You can tell that Albany State's been watching the game film. That was the very first play of Tuskegee's game against Arkansas Pine Bluff last week, so giving them a dose of their own medicine, unable to capitalize, but it was a great play for the opening play of the game.
2nd and 10, Harris under center. Man in motion, Joshua Chappell single back. It's Antonio Atkins. Hand off to Atkins along the right side. He'll try to cut along the right tackle and pick up maybe about 4 yards up to the 45-yard line.
It's going to be a 3rd and 5.5, maybe 6 for the Albany State Rams.
Albany State working out of a no-huddle now on a 3rd down and 6 on their own 45-yard line. Empty backfield, 5 receivers for Harris. Calls the play at the line, steps back in the shotgun. Now Atkins joins him in the backfield. Snap, it's a keeper. He's going to run around the right side looking for some room. No, and he's dragged out of bounds.
Going to lose a couple on that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Be 4th and long for Albany State, 4th and about 8 yards. 13 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Dragged out of bounds by number 28, Albert Booker. And quickly, Albany State's in punt formation already. Back to receive for Tuskegee should be Kenneth Henderson. And the punt. And there's Henderson. He's going to choose to let that one bounce. It's going to take an Albany State roll inside the 10 and down at the 7-yard line. So Tuskegee will take their first shot on offense. And what I definitely most remember from our last broadcast, Tuskegee's opening play to kick off the season was a touchdown. Kevin Huff,
a double dose of KH, Kevin Huff to Kevin Henderson. It was a 74-yard pass play which resulted in a touchdown. That was against the Stillman College Tigers. However, Albany State, a much more recognizable foe for us here.
Huff coming under center in the eye. He's got twins to his right. Play action. Passing out of his own end zone. He's going to throw it, and it's going to sail away. That intended receiver appeared to be number 88, Lorenzo Crawford. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 on their own 7.
Albany State has the Golden Tigers pent up deep in their own territory.
For Tuskegee, some of their keys to have any kind of success against Albany State. We'll get to that in just a second. Huff now in shotgun. He's got 4 receivers. Shotgun, drops back. He avoids the rush. Tries to scramble. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Actually picks up about, looks like maybe 4 or 5 yards out to about maybe the 12-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd and appears to be 5 for Tuskegee. And Huff, 3rd and 5 now for Tuskegee. Coming out once again in shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 backs. Huff drops back. Finds a man right open in the middle of the zone, and it'll be a 1st down. That reception's
Calvin Russell, number 8 for Tuskegee.
Appears to be a pickup of at least, say, about 10 to 12 yards. And that'll move the ball out to
the 20-yard line. No, the 30-yard line.
Out to the 30-yard line is where that spot is. So it's a 1st down, the first down of this ball game. And out again is Huff. Tuskegee choosing to stay in the shotgun right now. Huff drops back, scrambles a little bit, scrambles to his left. He's going to keep it along the sideline, dances out of bounds, and he picks up 8, and there's going to be a penalty for a late hit out of bounds. And that one appears like it's going to go against number 94, Jason Marshall. And that one didn't look quite malicious by Marshall, just seemed to be he was kind of out of control.
Extremely late. He was already out of bounds, and he hit him afterwards. Guess the refs just trying to maintain control of the game, not let anyone feel like they can push anyone around. They waved the flag off.
Okay, yeah, I would say that was a fair call. Did look like Marshall was actually trying to gain his balance, and upon establishing the contact, ran into Huff. And it'll be a 2nd and 2 on their own 38-yard line. Huff in shotgun again. He's got trips to his right. Single back. Huff keeps it. Quick pass out to the flat. He's got a man, a 40, 45, almost to the 50-yard line. And that appears to be number 88, Lorenzo Crawford again. And Tuskegee choosing to move, not in a hurry up, but basically staying in a shotgun formation. Not going to the run yet, just yet. So Huff once again taking his time, coming out of the huddle. In shotgun once again. Now he's got his 3 receivers to his left. Quick pass. Once again out into the flat, out to the 50, the 45, the 43-yard line. And that pass, number 25.
Kenneth Henderson. Golden Tigers leading receiver. 5 touchdowns on the season.
And moving those chains, the Golden Tigers seem to keep moving now into Albany State territory. The 43-yard line, 11:20 remaining in this first quarter of action. And Huff, now he's got 4 receivers to his right. Now the shotgun again, finds another receiver. This time it looked as if it was number 3, Richard Fitzhugh. And he actually caught that pass and looked like he went backwards. He did. He lost 3 yards on that completion. So now we've got a 3rd and 5. The second third down of this drive for Tuskegee. And Huff will be in shotgun, as he has been in every play on this drive. Trips to his left. He looks, finds a man right in the middle of the zone, and once again,
that is Lorenzo Crawford.
Lorenzo Crawford with another completion, picking up the first down out to the 37-yard line for Tuskegee. And are you a little surprised, James, to see Tuskegee not really going to the run on this opening drive?
Well, Tuskegee definitely had to change it up a little bit, not be so predictable, usually starting out on the run and now going to the pass, just trying to get Albany State a little unbalanced. And on this opening drive, I'm sure they won't totally abandon it.
Huff in shotgun again. Trips this time on his right. He steps up in the pocket, a little pressure, and he's going to be brought down this time by Albany State number 91, Alton Petway. And I'm a little surprised at that, because it did look like Albany State was trying to make some defensive substitutions, had a little bit of confusion, but were able, good coverage by the secondary for Albany State, and the defensive front was able to definitely get a push. As we look, we still see a lot of the coaches from Albany State still look like they're trying to get their defensive substitution pattern set, and right back up to the line of scrimmage is Huff and Tuskegee in a 2nd and 12 on their own, on Albany State's 38-yard line. Inside handoff, that time to Fitzhugh, and he's going to fight his way, pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
Be 3rd and 8 for the Golden Tigers.
So we've just seen the first running play for Tuskegee. So far on this drive, Tuskegee 2 for 2 on 3rd down. And I think now we're going to have an official warning. This time the official warning will be directed towards Albany State's band, who's actually playing during Tuskegee's possession, as we had it vice versa. So both bands have been warned.
This is black college football.
Well,
Without the fanfares from the band, what would it be?
Kevin Huff now here. He's got 5 receivers, empty backfield, drops back under pressure, finds another man in the flat.
And that's Calvin Russell once again for the Golden Tigers. Huge gain.
That's almost about a 20-yard pickup, and it appears Tuskegee has found a soft spot in the zone where they've decided to pick on Albany State in the flats, and that's where they've made their completions. Russell and Crawford are finding their spots, and Huff is just picking them apart. And we've only seen that one pressure thus far, and that's the third down completion. Huff once again trips to his right, fakes the draw on the keeper, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. And Tuskegee's quickly in the red zone, and if you remember, Tuskegee started on their own 7-yard line. Approaching the 8-minute mark.
Taking a little time off of the clock as had the ball a little more than 4 minutes.
And for the first play in this drive, Huff will now come under center in the eye. Fakes the handoff, rolls, find Fitzhugh to the 3, down to the 1-yard line.
Great ball movement by the Golden Tigers as they are already first and goal from the 1. Moving the ball some 92 yards thus far.
And sit just 1 yard away from punching this one in, and you want to send a statement. As much as Albany State wanted to send a quick one with that reverse, this what could be a 93-yard drive is equally impressive by Tuskegee. Huff under center in the eye, single receiver to his right. The pitch to Fitzhugh. He's got a blocker in front. No, he's going to be stood up just short of the goal line.
It was a great stand by Albany State as they denied him entry into the end zone. That was number 59.
Number 59, Roger Cummings, looked like he had some help there by the nose guard, Cedric Boone, as well. And so that will force a second and goal. Still on the 1. Back under center again is Huff on the right hash. Backs in the eye. He's going to take it over the top. Touchdown, Tuskegee. Huff decides to jump that one right over the top. And so a 93-yard drive, which eats up almost about 7+ minutes of this quarter by Tuskegee. From what you've seen from Tuskegee this far, most impressive opening drive of the season, Mr. Arrington?
One of them. The most impressive for me was the first play of the 2005 season, at 74-yard pass, but definitely one of the good ones here.
And the extra snap, it's a low snap, and actually, it's going to come up short. Looked like the holder, Kenneth Henderson, either got a snap or bobbled it, and so extra point, no good. Our score with 6:36 in the first, Tuskegee 6, Albany State 0. You're listening to Black College Football on the BCSN.
Our culture, our world, our perspective, our network. JerichoBroadcasting.com. Jericho Television Network. The future of black media.
Back to the action. 6:36 remaining. Tuskegee with a 93-yard drive on its opening possession, while Albany State went 3 and out. And Tuskegee managed to go 3 for 3 on their third down conversions during that drive, and we saw a lot of Kevin Huff out of the shotgun, a lot of Mr. Huff hitting Lorenzo Crawford and Calvin Russell. And so back to receive for Albany State, Marcus Jefferson, and that'll be 5 out to the 22-yard line.
Met by a host of Golden Tigers.
That was actually Joshua Chappell on the return. Excuse me on that. They stuck Chappell in there instead of Marcus Jefferson. I was looking for a 14 and ended up with 13. So back onto the field is Albany State and Hosea Harris. And one thing we noticed from Albany State's opening drive, they were going with no huddle, looking to speed up the tempo. And in shotgun is Harris. Single back. Atkins out of the backfield, out to the 30, and out of bounds at the 35.
That was Marcus Wright on the stop for the Golden Tigers, number 55.
And Harris will get the play from the sideline, and with the chains moving, Albany State now on their own 35-yard line. We'll look to keep things moving. Harris from out of the shotgun now audibles into the eye. Handoff. And he's going to be met by some Golden Tigers, and he's going to take a loss of 2 on that play. That was Antoine Andrews in the backfield. For it's going to be a 2-yard loss, bringing up a 2nd and 12. Tuskegee, one of the stingiest rushing defenses in the conference, only allowing 92.8 yards. Albany State, of course, right there behind them, allowing 117. Huff moves from the shotgun, backs in the eye now. Harris under center. Play action. And he finds a man for about an 11-yard pickup.
Going to be just shy. Maybe it just depends on the spot. It may be just shy of the first down. Very close.
Joshua Johnson on the reception. I apologize for that slip there. Hosea Harris, Kevin Huff, a lot of H's there, and I'll try to keep it straight throughout the rest of this ball game. It'll be a 3rd and short. Huff single back is Atkins. Check that. That was Antoine Andrews in the backfield, and he'll pick up the first down for about a 2-yard gain. Moving the chains, and they'll be on their own 46-yard line. .450 remaining in the first quarter. Harris now in shotgun. Drops back. Looks for a receiver. And that time it's off the hands of intended receiver number 2, Brandon Green.
Therese Mosley's helmet came off during that particular play, and he still wanted to get a hit in. It's just how competitive these guys are here today. 2nd and 10 for Albany State.
And Harris appears to be calling an audible, or maybe changing the play. In motion is Johnson. Fakes the handoff. Harris looking for somebody, picks up a block, scrambles, and he's going to get out of bounds, and he's frustrated as receiver. Looked like he might have been frustrated at number 81, Joshua Johnson. Or no, check that. Might have been number... Actually, he was actually a little frustrated at number 84 on that play. Romeo Montez, almost signaling to Montez to just run on the scramble. And so now facing another 3rd down, their 3rd of the ball game. Harris in shotgun. He's got trips to his left. 3rd and 13. Fumbles the snap. He's going to keep it. Harris has got some room out to his left. He's going to sprint out towards the 49-yard line, and he's dragged out of bounds by number 19, Jonathan Harris, who saves what could have been a big play on the fumbled snap by Harris.
It's going to bring up a 4th down for Albany State. And punt formation.
And
Sean Bailey is in the back. Call for a fair catch. Golden Tigers will bring it out to the 20 as it goes into the end zone. Second possession for the Tigers.
3:51 remaining in our contest. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to Black College Football on the BCSN.
Come along, pack your bags, get on up and jam now. Come on and ride on the funk now. To the land of funk, to the land of funk, to the land of funk.
3:51 remaining. Tuskegee with their second drive of the contest, this time on their own 20. Kevin Huff in shotgun. And it's a high snap. Well, actually, maybe a delay on that. As we look towards the play clock, it was at 0. I'm not sure he got that off in time. We wait to see. Actually, it was a false start by Tuskegee. That'll back them up 5 yards. So now it'll be a 1st and 15 on their own 15-yard line. And Kevin Huff in shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to his right, singles to his left. He'll drop back, and he'll try to go deep down the sideline, and
it is overthrown, intended for Calvin Russell.
And that's definitely a play, as you know, we had a chance to watch Tuskegee during warm-ups, something that they work on in their pregame routine. So don't be surprised if we see him try to come back to that again, especially if you've got single coverage out there. So it brings up a 2nd and 15 now. Huff in shotgun. Again, 3 receivers to his right, single back. Drops back. Finds a man, and over the intended receiver, Richard Fitzhugh, who came out of the backfield on that one. And just a little too high, and that'll force a 3rd and long for Huff. Of course, in the last drive, the opening drive, Huff and Tuskegee were able to go 3 for 3 on 3rd downs, and already facing their first. It'll be interesting to see. That's basically what kept that drive alive.
3rd down conversions.
Huff once again in shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops. He's got some pressure. He's going to try to look to scramble to his right. And here comes the backside pressure. The ball is loose. It's a fumble. It's actually picked up by Albany State. Number 90, Cedric Boone, with the pickup. But give the credit to Alton Petway for the strip on Huff as he was scrambling to his right. And Albany State is set up with a prime opportunity to get on the board on their on the Tuskegee 5-yard line.
Be 1st and goal. 3:29 remaining in the first quarter.
First turnover of the ball game by either team. And here comes the Golden Rams as Harris backs in the eye. It's Antoine Andrews. Back deep. Handoff to Andrews. And he's tripped up
Gets maybe a yard on the carry.
Give some credit to Jonathan Harris, the strong safety, who was able to get a hand and cause that trip up. Once again, Harris calling the play from the sideline, keeping him in a no huddle. Backs once again in and I, blocking Harold Evans. Harris, inside hand up the middle to Andrews, and it looks like he picked up maybe about 3 yards to create now a 3rd and goal on the 1. .240 remaining. Pardon, go ahead.
Yeah, it is 3rd and goal from the 1.
3rd and goal from the 1. Harris under center. The handoff this time, Atkins around the left side, and he's wrapped up by about 3-4 Tigers, and he's going to go backwards about 5-6 yards on that one. And some of those Tigers, Torres Mosley, maybe even been number 19, Jonathan Harris, on that play. And with 2:05 remaining, on to kick the field goal attempt for Alabama State.
Albany State,
pardon me. And we've got a timeout on the field by Tuskegee. We're going to go to a break with 1:54 remaining. Tuskegee 6, Albany State 0. You're listening to Black College Football on the BCSN. On to kick the field goal attempt for Albany State, number 15, Matthew Hawthorne. Kick is up, and it is good from about 22 yards out. And so Albany State is on the board with 1:50 remaining. Tuskegee 6 as the cannon goes off. Albany State 3. We're going to go to a quick break. You're listening to Black College Football on the BCSN.
Are you looking for that hard-to-find HBCU gear? Well, your search is over. PersonalBuy.com. PersonalBuy.com is the #1 online source for Black college apparel and accessories. They also specialize in Black Greek paraphernalia and pins. Check them out at PersonalBuy.com. So what's it going to be when you need that Black college stuff? Where do you go? It's got to be PersonalBuy.com.
With that. So talk to me. Tell me how the women look in here, cuz. Great.
Let's go.
So you bringing way more friends, lady friends?
10, 11, 12.
Fellas, I need backup.
Back to live action here in Albany, Georgia. Albany State putting 3 on the board to cut the deficit in half with 1:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Back to receive for Tuskegee. And that's going to receive at the 10-yard line. Out to the 20. He's got some room on the sideline to the 45. And he's wrapped up.
Near midfield, the 40.
Looked like Robert Durham. Yes, it was. Number 2, Robert Durham, 5'11 senior. on a great return, and so Tuskegee with their best opening field position of the contest at the 49-yard line. 141 remaining in the contest. Huff in the shotgun. He's got his 3 receivers to his left, single back. Huff drops back to pass, finds a man on the sideline. That pass is complete.
That was number 35. No, that wasn't 35.
Check that, 25.
25, Kenneth Henderson.
And beautifully ran route by Henderson. You know, a lot of times you see guys run just short of the first down. He went right to the first down marker, able to catch that turn up field. And that was a pickup of about 11. And moving into Golden Ram territory, Tuskegee. 1st and 10 for Huff in shotgun. He drops, finds his man. That time it's Crawford, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to pick up another 11 yards.
That's Calvin Russell.
Excuse me.
And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Golden Tigers. Minute and 28 left in this first quarter.
So another 11-yard pickup. And 1st and 10 on the Golden Ram 30-yard line. As Huff patiently taking his time, getting everybody straight in the huddle. And back in now in the shotgun with an empty backfield. Twins to his left, trips on his right. Huff drops back. Quick pass. That time it's completed to number 23.
That's John Thomas.
With another pickup of about 10, 11 yards. And they are picking the Golden Ram secondary apart here. 10, 11 yards per play. 3 consecutive first downs by Tuskegee. And right now the passing game just appears to be clicking for Tuskegee. Ball on the 20-yard line. Huff trips to his right. Shotgun. And there may be a either false start or delay as we wait on the officials.
Be 1st and 15 for Tuskegee.
And there's a false start, and that'll back them up 5 to the 25-yard line. As we wind up with just under 20 seconds remaining, Huff now under center. Fitzhugh's the single back. Twins to his far right. He's going to roll to the right, pitch to Fitzhugh along the right side. And he's going to pick up 10 out to about the 15-yard line. And that is how the first quarter will come to an end, with Tuskegee driving deep into Albany State territory. 6-3, Tuskegee's lead. You're listening to Black College Football on the BCSN.